Hey gang, Molly here, waiting for y'all to get online. I was just at such a fun, Emily, you're the first one here. Just you and me, girl. Oh, Crystal's here, Janice here, Anna's here, Kathy, I loved seeing you at the webinar. I love your face, it made me so excited. Liz is here. So many people. Brenna's here. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Lee. I meant to call you after that webinar, but then I got into a meeting with my crew at Beacon. Hi, Lisa. Ted! Ted, what day are you on? Hi, Rose. Hi, Josh. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Molly. Hi, Kimmy. Great. Great. So many fun people here. Hi, gang. Twice in a night. Marla. Everybody, Zach, Marla's here. Thank you, Oakland. The webinar was fabulous. If you did, Marla, how are you? Mimi, how are you? We're waiting. Inquiring Minds, aka This Mind. Marla's coming in because she's in another Zoom meeting. But Marla, Mimi, how are you guys doing? What day are we on? Ted's on day 11. Double digits, baby. You got it. You got it. All right. So we got the crew. We're all here. How are y'all doing? Happy. Happy. So happy to see everybody. So we are Lisa, Sam's amazing therapist. Lisa is here. No pressure on me to make it. Marley had a great day. That's so exciting. So we're going to close the kitchen. Mimi's on day 4. Remember when she couldn't get a day together? Thank you. Sarah loves my sweater. Stole it from my mother's closet like I'm 10 years old, but I'm glad everybody loved the webinar. And then Marla can keep the kitchen closed tonight. She's going to have day 2. So this is all so exciting. Ass is on day 30. Amazing. So let's get to our conversation. Marla, you're going to keep your kitchen closed. Let's not say if. There's no if. You are keeping your kitchen closed. This is the deal. Oh my gosh, Emily and Sam went to college together. Okay, here we go. We're going to get this party started. It's 8:34. Enough of the cocktail hour, my friends. Let's get to the main course. Yes, there's going to be a webinar recording. And also in 2 weeks, I'm doing another free webinar. I'm a big lover, like you know that about me, but we're actually, you guys, this is really for the Close the Kitchen community, the next webinar that I'm doing. I'm bringing one of my supervisors and one of my dearest friends, Brad Reedy, and we're going to be talking about COVID and your relationship with yourself. You know we got it. So that's going to be amazing. Brad Reedy will make you cry. Like he has made me cry so many times in my life in the best way possible. So Marla, we love you. Marla's Kitchen's closed. She's going back to her meeting. So let's talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. You know, I really want to finish out our talk on cognitive distortions. I just have to say I did love our chat last night, and I want to remind us all about what we talked about last night. You know, that Wayne Dyer idea of when you change the way you think, that you look at things, the things that you look at change, right? And that is the essence of cognitive distortions. And the reason why we talk about that when we're talking about closing the kitchen, I mean, closing the kitchen, we do so many things, and it's like for so many things. But one of the things that I created Close the Kitchen for is that, like, when it's late and it's nighttime, and we really seek food and we turn to the food. And this is almost always with the food, but certainly when it's at night and we go and we get into the food, it's like, we're looking for the sweetness, right? We're looking for the nourishment, and we're looking for the nurturing. And a lot of times, like, that's because, as my teacher Tara Brach would say, like, this is a dangerous neighborhood, and this is a dangerous neighborhood. And so part of the work, right? I mean, listen, if you have an abusive relationship with sugar, the first thing you have to do before you do anything is get out of the abusive relationship with sugar. But then once you've gotten out of that abusive relationship with sugar, then we got a whole lot of work to do, right? We got a whole rebuild. Like, we got a whole castle to make, right? We got this beautiful home that we have to create. That takes some work. A lot of times that takes some refocusing on our foundation, you know, getting those rocks out, getting the termites out. Like, we just have some work to do. And part of that work is really in our mind, because we've created these beliefs about ourselves and about the world and about food that have to be destroyed, right? And the thing about a belief is, truly, I mean, I really want to say this to you, because people get very attached to their beliefs. Do you know what I mean? People are very, like, I remember, I think I told you guys the story, but this is a kind of a deep story about me, but you're my people, I can go there. I went to like a 5-day treatment program for like codependency, for like my relationships. And I remember sitting there, that's where River of Trash came, you know, and I was so attached to this belief that I was unlovable, you know, and I was like just trying to convince this man of how, this therapist of how, like, you don't understand, you know, I'm so unlovable, like nobody, you know, this is years ago. And I say that, you know, on the other side of it, being like, that was so distorted. But I also say that, like, relating, where it's like, yeah, we can get like totally attached to our beliefs. I mean, today I like believe I'm so lovable, and you know, I've done the work, and a lot of doing the work was, you know, getting help for that, but a lot of doing the work was challenging those distorted thoughts, you know, really creating a world in which, you know, I challenged those beliefs. And so I learned that I was lovable because I let myself be loved, and that was imperfect, you know. Thank you, Zach. So the point of what I'm saying is that a lot of what we have to do if we want sustainability, if we want a long-term relationship with food, is really, really bust down these beliefs that we hold, right? About food, about ourselves, right? Like, it's just, we got to rebuild the foundation, you know, and doing that is, the first step in that is becoming aware of it, which is why I'm talking so much about our distorted thinking patterns, because I need for you to start to be able to select them and see, like, yeah, not everybody hates me. Wow, check that out. Like, everybody, that's a lot of people, right? Things like that, right? Or, you know, like, oh, I can never do this. You know, I don't know if you're in the Breaking Up with Sugar Facebook group, but if you're not, you know, get on that. But Ted, of 11 Day Ted, made such a beautiful picture of his word graveyard. He had such beautiful ideas in it. Perfectionism, never. You know, and I've heard people, you know, and I think it's like we have to start there. You know, we have to start there. Kay Harrison's asking what the treatment center, it's called Breakthrough. It's at Karen in Pennsylvania. Not open right now during COVID, but certainly open another time. It's really fabulous. I would recommend it highly. But I think that's where we have to start here. I mean, that's where we have to start. And so Sarah's saying, I have a hard time putting this into practice. And it's like, of course you have a hard time putting this into practice. All of us have a hard time putting this into practice. All of us have a hard time putting this into practice. In fact, the cognitive distortion that I wanted to talk about today is personalization. It is one of it is the one that says that we are the source for why things are happening. And you know how this happens so much, like, oh, they don't like me. Oh, like, they think I'm fat. Oh, that person hates me. I think personalization can get you to the food maybe fastest, except for the labeling and mislabeling one, right? The really unkind words. Personalization can get you to the food maybe faster than all of them put together, right? I remember I used to sit in my spiritual community. I'm having such a nice fireside chat with you all tonight. Thank you for coming. I used to sit in my spiritual community when I was first in there, like 11 years ago or so, and I would say, God, everyone hates me in here. God, everyone. It is at 7:30 in the morning. Everyone hates me in here. And one of my spiritual teachers was like, Molly, everyone hates you in there? And I'm like, no, everyone hates me in there. And she says, Molly, it's 7:30 in the morning. Do you think they're awake enough to hate you? You know, and the problem with all of this, and you know, like I'm always reminded of this idea that the opposite of addiction is connection. But if we're living in this personalization, if we're living in this idea that we are the problem, that like you know, like, oh, that waiter hates me because I asked him what was in the salad dressing. Like, you are not alone the source of why somebody does anything. Like, this is what we have to be learning. Like, there's so, you know, our relationships with people and our relationships with food and our relationships with ourselves are so intertwined. It's like mind blowing, you know. And I just want to say something about this personalization one, which is, you know, maybe I'm earnest because I've done a lot of work, and frankly, I really tend to be earnest and see the good in people usually, unless I don't. But you know, but when we're saying, well, everyone hates me, you know, and I can't ever make friends, and no one's gonna like me if I don't eat cake, and all of these distorted things that we come with, you know, it sells other people very short. You know what I mean? Like, someone said to me, like, well, I just thought you were gonna be really mad at me because I didn't call you back, and I was like, do you think I'm that kind of person? Like, I'm not that kind of, I took it so offensively, but it was her stuff. Do you know what I mean? We sell other people so short when we personalize everything. We don't, you know, the thing about personalization too is it's a pretty good defense mechanism at getting hurt. That's true. That, oh my gosh, right, Michelle. I know my brother was peanut allergic, so our whole family like doesn't care at all to ask people, but the larger thing is that when we're personalizing things, I just want to say, like, when you're deeply personalizing everything, it's actually not allowing for you to connect with others. I want you to hear that, because connection is key. And if anybody knows that connection is key, it is the Closing the Kitchen crew. Do you know what I mean? It is the Closing the Kitchen crew. So if we're personalizing everything that everybody is doing all of the time, and let me tell you something, many of us, myself included, come to this very honestly. Like, I had years where people were bullying me. I had years where people were making fun of me. Like, I had middle school where I was like ostracized, right? But until we can let go of that and just trust again, like, honestly, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Like, if you've been rejected a lot, then, like, guess what? You're really good at rejection. Keep going. Can't stop, won't stop. Like, rejection doesn't kill. It just hurts a little. That's how we're going to be in relationship with other people. It can't be through personalization. You alone are not the cause of anything. Like someone over here is saying, like, which is Rifitcher is saying, is that we're not that important. And I say that in the best way possible, my loves. It is for you, Brenna. I'm so happy. Nothing makes me happier than making you happy, Brenna. We can't be the root. Think about yourself. You're not constantly thinking about it's like, so the thing about personalization and why it's so incredibly dangerous as it pertains to your new relationship with food and your new relationship with yourself and going to the kitchen is it is a recipe for isolation. When you're living in the personalization piece of it, you cannot connect with others. And to cannot connect with others when you have an addiction is to die. You can't do it alone. If you could do it alone, you already would have. And if you could do it alone, you wouldn't be psyched to come to Close the Kitchen. Thank God. Thank God. I wouldn't know what to do without you people. I'm so in love with you. I can hardly stand it. You go Google personalization. If this is really tracking with you, I need you to go Google this. Like, this needs to happen tonight. I'm telling you, like, this needs to happen tonight. You got to go read about it, because this is going to be such a key. And you are not alone. You are not alone. At both sides here, everybody's just like, oh my God, I'm so glad you're saying this, Molly. I'm not alone. You're not alone. You're never alone, my guys. Like, a lot of the time, the isolation is of our own making, and it's just based in fear that we're going to be rejected. Like, again, like, if you've been rejected again a lot in life, like, then you're really skilled at it. Then you should be taking more risks with people and with ideas. Like, who cares? Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ted, do I have any readings that I recommend? Like, I don't know. I got to think about it, because I'm very particular about when I recommend anything in life. You guys know that about me, because I cherish you. And I really believe, like, us diet veterans, like, anytime I'm recommending something, it's with my heart and soul. It's like why I'm having a hard time making this webinar series. I'm like, I don't know, not for my people. So anyway, my loves, side note, Beacon program, my program in New York, we are launching a small group coaching. So it'll be 3 people in a coaching group, and we were able to decrease our rates as a result. and we'll be launching it in the next like week or so, and we're going to be having a deep discount in the beginning, so I hope you guys will think about that. And also, I just love you guys, and I think it's time for us to close the kitchen with our big personalization skill. So we put our hands on our hearts. Let's do it. Put our hands on our hearts, and we put our hands on our hearts for ourselves. We put our hands on our hearts for our community. We put our hands on our hearts for the people who are struggling with food and weight disorders. We put our hands on our hearts for those on the front lines and those struggling everywhere around our country and around our world today. It's a big struggling time, and the more we send, the more it goes. Hi, Chase. All right, Sam's closed the kitchen. Chase has closed the kitchen. Anna's closed the kitchen. Amazing. Amy's closed the kitchen. Crystal closed it at 7. Insta Brenna, my love, closes it. Who else? Melissa, thank you, honey. Karen, close the kitchen. I love you too, Zach. Lisa's closed the kitchen. Molly's closed the kitchen. Leo closed the kitchen. West Coast after dinner. Rachel closed the kitchen. Zach's closed the kitchen. Michelle, amazing. Rose closed the kitchen. Janice has closed the kitchen. Amanda's closed the kitchen. Oakland closed the kitchen. Gail's closed the kitchen. Emily, I love you too. I love you too. Leah closed the kitchen. Leah, what day are you on over there? Stacy's closed the kitchen. Sarah's closed the kitchen. Ted on day 11. Ted, you're doing amazing. Mimi on day 4 has closed the kitchen. Carol, day 8, closed the kitchen. Incredible. Sam's closed the kitchen. Lisa, come back tomorrow. Kay Harrison closed the kitchen. Amazing. Ray Victor. Randy's closed the kitchen. And Randy, you're my new best friend. I'm so excited. Roseanne's closed the kitchen. Jennifer, Ronnie, Molly, thank you. Randy, we are new besties. I'm so excited about that. Well, and with that, my loves, Leanne, I'm calling you right now on FaceTime, so answer your phone. That's my cousin. She's one of my BFFs too. Stephanie, you got right in time. She's closing the kitchen. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow night. Best part of quarantine. Best part of quarantine. Love you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.